Greetings, my young scholars, during the most epic week of our times of lore, the Super Bowl of Destiny. And yes, your sociology test is this Thursday. And it's on socialization. So we're going to start to go over the first and second chapters. But it's a little dark in here right now. And where is darkness? Where there is darkness, you got to bring the light. All right, that was lovely. Some lovely fire. And now it's a little more lit up in here, but you can still probably barely see my face. But what's important is if you're able to see this document I'm about to share with you. And it's called Unveiling Sociology. Made it. Title because it randomly just turned off my computer and somehow it's saved as um, entire stream. Share. Okay. Welcome to the AICE Sociology Review. Do you know what movie that's from? Do you know what's on their shirts? How good's that coffee? If you know those answers, let me know. Maybe you'll get a treat or extra credit. Okay, so what is sociology? Sociology is the fascinating study of human societies, how people interact, organize, and shape the world around them. Sociology allows a researcher to delve deeper into the social forces influencing our lives and the complex tapestry of our contemporary society. Okay, that's sociology. You know, you could write all that to help you memorize it and help you just write. Just writing alone can help you study for this test. But let's go into some key areas of exploration. So, social structure, how societies are organized into social classes, ethnicities, genders, and other groups. You'll analyze how these structures influence opportunities and life experiences on this test. Social change. You're going to explore the forces that drive societal transformation, from technological advancements to globalization and social movements. So that's globalization will be the next A level only, but this is also for AS. So ours mainly is about social structure theories, socialization, and then the family. And social institutions is a part of our first chapter. Culture to an extent. Socialization is the key part. Power and inequality is a theme throughout the entire course. So it will likely focus on contemporary United Kingdom society, offering a rich canvas for applying sociological theories and research methods. So our second test is on families, households, and our first test is on research methods use US data, if you can remember. So this isn't just about memorizing facts, it's about delving into your critical thinking skills. You gotta challenge status quo, question existing social arrangements, and think critically about how societies function. How can they change? It's okay to challenge the norms on this test and your answers. Have multiple perspectives. Engage with different sociological theories and perspectives to understand complex issues. And research and analysis. This will be part of your first test. Knowing the difference between quantitative and qualitative methods to analyze data and draw evidence-based conclusions. So that's the two schools of sociological thought. The quantitative, positivist approach, created by the first sociologist, Auguste Comte, during the French Revolution. And he was all about gathering data and actual numbers and using the scientific method as a way to try to solve social problems and social ills. So if you see quantitative, think quantity, like a number of something. And the other form is qualitative, which is think lit or literature, as it's written often in interviews and structured interviews. And semi-structured interviews. So we'll have a separate video talking about research methods, but that's the interpretivist approach, where they are more focused on the individual and society and what individuals think about society than the overall generalized viewpoint of the positivists. They think what some individuals in our society have to say is very important. So the first major theory is positivism. It's a major theoretical perspective in sociology. It emphasizes the use of the scientific methods, to understand society. Here's a breakdown. So it's science for society. They believe sociology should mirror the natural sciences, like physics and biology, by using objective, which means true, factual, verifiable methods to study social phenomena, like crime and divorce. They should follow social facts. The purpose of the existence of social facts, patterns of behavior and thought that exist outside individuals and can be studied scientifically. So social facts would be like social class. There are the rich and there are the poor. Okay, that's what they mean by social facts. So think of crime rates, educational attainment, social class, marriage rates, etc. Laws of society, just like natural laws, like the law of one bear to eat another, or one human to eat another human, way back in time when natural law prevailed. Positivists believe there are universal laws governing social behavior. By studying these laws, we can understand and predict social change. And because of this idea of laws of society changing, that's what makes sociology a field that appeals to many, because it's constantly changing and you can create new ideas based on your time period. They favor quantitative methods like surveys, experiments, and statistics to gather objective data and to test hypotheses. Numbers speak louder to words to positivists. So they are reliable, meaning numbers are true. The data is reliable. It can be compared, analyzed. It can help strengthen arguments. But they have generalized conclusions. Their research aims for generalizable conclusions like science, applicable to wide populations, allowing you to discuss broader social trends. So, the anti-positivist or interpretivist would view that as not necessarily a good thing, because that's what makes Something true for part of a group does not make it true for the whole. But their reason for activity. The emphasis on objectivity helps minimize researcher bias, making your analysis more credible. So it's objective and not subjective. Objective is factual, subjective is opinion based. Criticisms to consider: it's overly simplified, like I said, it can be with its generalizability. Um, is it value free? Is it really truly objective? Can one be truly objective when everyone is subjective? Critics argue even research design choices reflect the researcher's values. So values will always impact decisions, which then impact the large study, thus negating it, would be their argument. Limited scope, it focuses on social fact. The focus on social facts might miss the subjective meanings people attach to their actions. Like the reason I'm going to stick this knife in this other person is because they slapped my wife. So, you know, social facts is guy stabs another guy, but the subjective meanings to that situation make it a whole lot different. So remember, positivism is foundational perspective in sociology. It is the number one. It's the numero uno. I'm sorry. Offering valuable tools for research. Be aware of its limitations and engage with criticisms during your studies. Um, Compare and contrast positivism with other approaches like interpretivism to demonstrate a well-rounded understanding on this test. So if you want some bonus points, explore how the founding figures like Comte and Durkheim shaped positivism, how they created it. Look at that in the first chapter. Um, we'll talk about that also shortly, a little bit. But looking into the stuff on your own will really help you on this test. And consider how positivist methods may have been applied in specific sociological studies. Okay. Sociologists to know, yo. Auguste Comte, considered the father of sociology, we talked about him. Emile Durkheim, a key figure to this movement. He focused on social facts like suicide rates in order to understand social order and cohesion. Karl Marx, the one of the main figures behind communism, created conflict theory. He saw society divided by class, the bourgeois and the proletariat, and believed conflict drives social change. The conflict between the rich and the poor. And then there's Max Weber, and he introduced the concept of social action theory. And this theory, believe it or not, probably gets into the most trouble, more than communism does nowadays. It argues individuals act based on their interpretations of the world. So if you think about that, in what theories, it's more than one that makes certain people in our government upset. Um, you'll see why social action theory, can be dangerous. Think of the word theory like critical race theory. There's other theories as well. But knowing Max Weber and that he created that will be important for the test. And then for functionalism, Talcott Parsons is the last person. I did not go over him enough in class. He was a leading functionalist. He viewed society as a system with interconnected parts, each serving a function for overall stability. I basically stole his idea of functionalism the entire time. And I gave, credit mainly to Kant, but I should have been saying his name a whole lot more because he created the idea of it being like a machine and each part of society playing a role and how that machine functions and works. Without one part, that machine could break down. Feminist theory from South County's top Cambridge sociologists. Here is some feminist theory. So key figures, knowing these two people can help you. This construct, and Dorothy Smith, who advocated for a feminist standpoint theory. Other important figures include Michel Foucault, Pierre Bourdieu, and Irving Goffman. So remember, this is not an exhaustive list, but this gives you a strong list of foundation for your A-level studies. And right there, the document's actually talking about sociologists that you should know. But that list I gave you includes, I think, better ones, and I'll make a video about that specifically. But this is mainly about positivism versus interpretivism. More than anything else. And some of the latter stuff, and some of those sociologists would be nice to know, name drop, but knowing the key ones listed in the middle of the video will be more key for your score. So I hope this helped, and you'll see more coming soon. Now let me get out of everything. Come on, man. All right. Good night and goodbye, everybody. I don't know why I spoke like that. See y'all later. From the bottom of Lake Tarpon, this is Mr. Hendricks reporting. See ya.